So there's that. And then we go to Twitch, mute our phone, and that means we have a Twitch chat. Or at least a way to look at it. And yeah, okay, there we go. That's looking at the right kind of thing. And that is... yeah, this might not be a good place for the microphone. Right, we gotta try that again. Yeah, you know what? That'll be fine. Just don't knock it. Apologies, chat. Hello all. Welcome back to Duel Masochist. My name is Cat Monarch. And apologies for the sudden crash if you're watching the VOD. Just briefly demolished the point that the microphone was resting on. Not in the usual room, so not with the usual premium setup, but this will suffice. Hope you guys are all looking forward to whatever this is. We managed to get like 6 wins in 3 hours last time, so we got a good record. And no royal. Okay. Anyway, let's decraft those cards before we forget about it. How have you all been? Hope you've all been doing well. Dismantle selected. That should be... yep, there we go. That's the... okay. It's not like we use the crafting points for anything, but it is just, you know, it's there. Right, as for how we're doing. So yeah, we got like 6 wins in 3 hours last time. Which means it's only going to take us... I don't know. Are we 1 duel or 2 duels from winning? 2 duels from winning, so another 4 duels, which is another 2 hours. So another 2 hours and we hit gold, right? That's how this works. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. This is, yeah, just a chill after work thing. Even though it's maybe not the most relaxing. Nor successful. I should put on the music. And by that I do just mean like Master Duel's background music for a bit. I'm aware that like portions of the last stream had like their sound cut, like the backing music cut. But that's okay. I'm not really too bothered about that. As it is, this is not going to be a very talky thing when I change it to video form. What do we have? They have Max C. They have Labyrinth cards. We done. We can... what can we do? A lot of Labyrinth stuff targets or destroys. This Time Lord cannot be targeted nor destroyed. Oh wait, they went first and that was all they did. But wait, they just set, like, welcome. Big welcome, special, then return. But then because that's a labyrinth effect, they get to, if they have the lady in hand, summon that. Right, I think our play is at first to just go in for damage. Because they do have to bounce whatever they, you know, summon to the hand. And they are down in silver 2, so there's a chance they don't really know what they're doing. Conversely, I've actually played Labyrinth, so I do understand how this works. And then... now, they can do it all in end phase. But will they? They will not. Right, if they get 1 monster on the field, the likelihood is we actually change control. And maybe I should have summoned the Iron Chain to give them a weaker monster, but this is fine. Because we need to... if they control more monsters when Switcheroo resolves in the chain, then we lose the effect. It's already come up once or twice, and yeah, okay, we just lose it anyway. But Labyrinth are a grind deck, they don't OTK. So we should be alright. Wait. Oh wait, that's a thing, and I can actually set up Regulus. So yeah, we might as well do this. Because it will be on a... Yeah, they did have Max C, alright. This is not a matchup I consider winnable. It is something I consider that we should probably fight to look at it anyway. If they run Transversa, they run Transversa. It's a lot easier for people to run Anima. New chain. They have activated none of this card's effects right now, so we're going to discard, and we're going to destroy it. If they negate it, then they negate it. It's not a problem. I think they were just reading Abomination. Abominable, even. Add a Labyrinth card. What do you add? Do you play multiple of the field spell? You probably shouldn't. It's taken a long time to think about these things. Either they do know the deck and they're overthinking it, or they are actually kind of new to the deck. Now, new to Labyrinth can still completely body us. There's no doubt about that. It's just, there's a hope. They have a rank 4. Or they have a link 3. So far this looks like buttons. They pitch a Welcome Labyrinth just now. Okay, I don't actually know how the Unchained stuff interacts with Labyrinth. I know Unchained cards are good, but I have not really read them. Outside of this, the Link 2, 3, and 4. And by that I mean the first Link 2. Like this one I've read, they're going to link... Wait, what? Oh, it's just target a face-up, it's not specifically a special summoned. Ah, that's access code. It's not enough for game. Which is funny, because that means I can Meta-Ion. They can hit me for 53, but that seems to be about it. And I can give them their access code back, which is funny. That's completely fine. It just depends on if they set cards. They probably do. They didn't summon them. Set a Labyrinth spell trap. What's the last one? Yeah, they are new to the deck. At least it really... I don't know, it feels that way. I haven't messed with Unchained, so maybe they're not new to the deck. Maybe they are playing optimally, but I doubt it. Tongue and Unchained a card on field, destroy them both. But he... So, yeah, this is, like, completely fine. Special summon a Labyrinth and return, so they probably return the Coup Clock. Yep. Oh wait, this is now on the field. They could snipe the Time Lord. If they snipe the Time Lord, that's a problem. Hitting any of the other... Like, hitting Regulus would be a bad thing, but hitting the Time Lord is the end of the game. They didn't hit the Time Lord. And as such, we can summon this. Now there's no actual point summoning Regulus right now. There is 0. This puts a brick back in their hand. Puts access code back in the extra, which I do not care about. And we know their hands, so they're not negating this. It's alright, they can't activate it this turn. It's Welcome Labyrinth. Resolve this. Let's read the Unchained card they set last turn, because I'm not familiar. Target Unchained. Okay, so they don't control an Unchained, which solves that problem, which means we can summon Regulus, have a singular negate on the field, which will possibly just be enough. Because we know that they have the Lady in hand, they have this trap, which they don't have any other triggers, so we get a chance to respond to. We can respond with Regulus, negate. We do have to Regulus negate, so it's not a solid position, but, like, it's better than it could be. How do these word? Okay, so they do get a body. And then, how do these word? Okay, so they still get the lady out, but that's fine. Oh wait, you're gonna bounce this to the hand, and then just kill. Insult to injury. No, let them have it. Okay, I had delusions that we might survive that. Well, we tried anyway. It wasn't the worst of efforts. But they did play that suboptimally, I can tell you that. Right. We'll put the Mass Duel music back on for a little bit. And we'll go from there. And hello, Aviana. Welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. A little bit forward with the advertising, but that's fine. Right, let's put the background music up. There we go. Right, back into it. We didn't win, so we need to go again. And the deck doesn't need to change, we didn't get a new card. And the cards we did have felt good enough in hand. There is a correlation of, you know, winning the coin toss and winning the duel. But there's also the correlation of my, you know, me playing a card and my opponent surrendering. So this would have been good for first, though. Ooh, they're down in silver, but on the other hand, Synchron is one of, like, it's one of those decks. You don't stop it, it combos to infinity. Or they could brick. That is another option, we'll take that. And if they're gonna brick, let's brick them harder. Scare them a little bit, set a card that's definitely live. Now, I can't remember if they have inherent summon conditions. Like, if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card like Sidra, but I guess we're about to find out. No, not my battle phase negate, if I have a ninja. Cool. Okay, so it is a Centauri on deck, rather. I was wondering, but... pitch evenly matched. So were they... they just didn't... they had combo. Are they just new to the deck? They must be. Well, so far they haven't activated a monster effect, which is unfortunate. But they don't need to. Not yet. Is it winnable? Maybe. Is it likely? No. Okay. If your opponent normal or special summons, you can target a Bestial in your grave. You don't have a Bestial in your grave. So, what we can do is we can normal summon this. And then we can special summon this. Plus 1,000. Well, on the one hand it's an upstart, on the other hand it's an upstart, and that scares me. That's completely fine. And we can end turn there. They've got 2 cards in hand. This isn't activated this turn, so it's about whether they have a starter in those 2 cards. Which is not, you know, a 0% chance. That's not bad. You can treat on special summon this card. If this card is normal special summon, you can add a spell trap that mentions starter. Oh wait, they got the stand up. That is a starter card. Spirit Reaper is probably not going to clutch this. You have a 3, a 1, and a couple 4s, but not for long. If this card is special summoned, you can add. Yeah. So this probably is just the end of the game. We have some XEs for 3. What do they add? True Data. During your main phase you can place it. That needs to be on the field to do that, but they haven't normal summoned. What am I missing? Because it feels like this should be combo. And then during your main phase you place this and 1 Centurion from your hand or deck. But that one was a tuner. Oh, okay, they haven't used that effect yet. So we're just facing Stardust Dragon at the moment. We might be. This is a deck we've lost to several times. It's just about whether they have the things they need. That is one of the things they need. Right. Take 3. We're doing well. If this is, you know, on track with our previous ones, we actually manage to win a duel in the next 10 minutes or so. Because that's how correlation goes, right? Correlation and causation. It works like that. This actually isn't a bad hand. It's not great, but it's not bad. I don't know if I want to throw absolutely everything into it. Like, it's summon Candina, activate Sanctuary, but how many set cards? People play around Imperm all the time. So we'll just set, activate. We'll save Fairy Wind, because we want to keep Dark Sanctuary on the field, if possible. I know there's never, like, from the last stream, I have to assume my opponent is as stupid as they are. I have to try and not give them any... I have to try and think that they are just an idiot. To stay positive, and hopefully catch them out on something. I mean, that's very funny. It is a normal monster. You do not have to play around infinite impermanence. But are you going to do anything with it? Oh, it might be a bot. It's taking that long. Or it's reading, which means that it's a person. Oh, they are reading. They are an actual player. But we will just get rid of this anyway. I mean, that's funny, but we're not going to do it. Because it doesn't advance the clock significantly. And we might want to use the effect to Book of Moon something. We could Book of Moon our own Jirai Gumo. But it doesn't do anything unless they summon to the same column again. I forgot this thing was a level 5. Oh, this is just a pile of cards. It might be a bot. We could synchro summon. It is possible. But there's no point. So we just clear everything. Well, we won it all. And we're slightly ahead of time. 5 minutes or so. Now that had to be a pile of cards. We got so much from that. Match history. Confirm opponent's deck. Oh no, it's a, like... No, that is a pile of cards. For a moment I saw here through here, it's just like, oh, it's ditched. No. This is pure monsters. With mediocre synergy at best. How they got there, I don't know. On the other hand, how we got here, that's, you know, an equally important question. Let's take a look at the legacy packs. Anything special? This is, like, kind of decent if we get frogs going. That's a big beat stick. That's a big tribute summon. That's awful. That's awful. That's awful. That's potentially okay. The Hero Emerges is not the best card to ever see play, but it is a card. And it's better than most of the other ones that we just opened there. Oh, we got a couple shinies. Traptrix card. Add a Traptrix monster. I don't think we have any others. That's specifically Gokis, Void, Reptilian Recoil, Harpy Lady, Psychoid. Okay, what are you? Powerwall? That's a Synchro monster we cannot make. I don't think we have a Fiend Tuner. And Powerwall is not a card we can play. It's just not good in the slightest. But it is worth checking out that Crimson Dragon. Red Rising Dragon, even. What's the biggest beat stick in our deck? We're at, like, 3k is the biggest beat stick, and we've got, like, multiple special summons. It's not at a level where we want to play this. But the other thing to check out was this, so we want to check out and see if we have any Fiend Tuners. Where are the Fiends? Tuner. We have Fiend Tuner monsters. Except for a Magic Key, so that's not usable. That is... It is usable, but that's terrible. That one is usable, but we only have a singular level 2. And that one is usable, but we're relying on our 5s again, which is Stryborg and Jirai exclusively, unless we manage to tribute an opponent's level 5 monster. So I would like to run it, but we can't. Which, you know what that means? Back to the next one. We got one more duel until we rank up. I can't say much has been going on outside of stream, really. Continuing watching the MCU, continuing reading the Kane series, Kane Chronicles as I keep on calling them. On book 3, about, I don't know, nearly halfway through. So we're about done with that. Work is work. Travelling off to every Brit's favourite place tomorrow, Milton Keynes, for like the 3rd time in 2 weeks or something. 3 weeks. What are you facing here, Blue Eyes? Oh dear. That's a good card. But if they're pitching it for trade-in, then they don't have anything. Now, unfortunately, we drew the coil with our 1 Gen X monster. Right. I think we just have to go for, like, as much as we can. Which, it's not much extra, but if this is less than 18, then we are going to be able to get in for 12. And against Blue Eyes, we need to bring them down as fast as possible. And yeah, they're not scared of this. It's 2k, isn't it? Oh, that's worse. Special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. Okay, we can get in for 12. And we're then probably just going to have to tribute off their Blue Eyes. But if we do that, we get a 0 attack token. 0 attack, 0 defense token. And the defense is the scary part of that. Right. Now, they are running Chaos Max, so they could have multiples of it. If we see them activate, like, the Advanced Ritual Art, or, no, not Advanced Ritual Art, but, like, Chaos Form. No, Chaos Form is good, and Chaos Form does it as well. We might just be screwed. I have to leave the token in attack position as well, because if I put it in defense position and they ritual some Chaos Max, we lose. Shuffling materials from your hand, field, and or graveyard. Then you can destroy face-up cards. Okay, this is a face-down card, so if it can be targeted... Let's find out. Oh, it's Tyrant Dragon. Oh, wait, that's unaffected by traps. Oh, that's like the worst option for us. Match is over. You see, it's unaffected by traps, so we can't really do that. What we can do is we can set Aroma Jar, and then when they Ritual Summon Chaos Max, we die. Please just Synchro Summon for no reason, it would be funny. No, they're getting in for the extra 600. I can respect that. But yeah, in this instance, I think we're just dead.
That's put this film on really fast.
No, it's...
Right.
Martin can see it.
Oh, wait. That works. At least for a phase. Whether that does anything is different. What can we do here? We can make a link to over 2 turns. And yeah, they can't change their battle positions, which isn't particularly great. No, we'll just leave it. Damage is damage. We can negate a battle phase. What do you do? Target a spell trap. Oh wait, they're targeted. Okay. Well, then we have to do it. Otherwise we waste it and they have an extra level 8 on board. On the off chance it is Chaos Max next turn, we make it in attack position. We don't have we don't have Star Eater, do we? No. That'd be just a little bit convenient. Maybe they get bored and surrender, you never know. Or maybe they Ritual Summon Chaos Max. And we live 1 turn. Oh. Well, it ends the battle phase, so regardless of... You're kidding me. It's and if you do. Reading is important, guys. So the play was actually just to sit on Aroma Jar. You learn. And you enter the next duel. We really aren't winning coin tosses today. I mean, there have been some, to be fair, we have had some streams where we've gotten a ridiculous amount of successful coin tosses. So this is just Karma, but this is not a bad hand. 55 and 11. That's oddly specific. Keep your dragon magic. Get a poly. Okay. What are you discarding? I need information. It is Blue Eyes. Greater poly. But you just removed a Blue Eyes. From your graveyard, okay. Oh, that's a royal, that's nice. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Let's read the rest of that. 2 attacks on monsters when this card attacks. So wait, are they just making that? Is that the game plan? No? Tyrant Dragon again? Tyrant Dragon again. I can kill this by battle. If at the end of the damage step, okay. Don't think it gets to the end of the damage step. Now we can just bounce it. Right, we need to think about this. I can bounce this to hand. But that does get to... There's no trap in graveyard anyway. Do they get anything? I think... To avoid ultimate fusion, we will do this. We will end... And we will inflict 300 burn damage, making me the victor. And then we will activate this. As long as they don't remove this, Blue Eyes is really easy to brick. Negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until the end of the turn. Tribute an effect, target an effect, send. You know, for calling it easy to brick, these are 3 decent cards. That requires it to be destroyed by battle. This puts it on the bottom of the deck. It returns to the deck anyway. So, let's leave it at that. Having it on the field means that it's something to hit over. Or run into, and maybe they make the mistake of doing such. Well, no, I just gave them the card to remove it. But at least waste that. Because, yep, that's fine. The thing is, I give them the Destined Rivals card, and they, I believe, have a like something that gets them a Blue Eyes in hand anyway. Now we can book the Blue Eyes and hit it. They have Greater Poly either set or in hand. One or the other. Now, gotta remember about the order on this. Oh, that's interesting. That's not a bad card. So... We probably don't need this one as much, so we'll do this. Now, they do have the trap-based Dark Ruler. So there's a chance this is that. It is not. That kinda has to be it, right? What are they having, Brave? Oh, they're just... okay. They're just counting on the fact that we're going to successfully brick them every turn. Which, granted, would have eventually become true if it kept it on field for long enough. Being a deck of entirely level 8 monsters do that to you. Right, we are being rewarded with these legacy packs today. What do we have? Trident Warrior. It's a card. That's removal. That is good removal. That's not good. That's not particularly good, nor is that. No. No. That's fine. Until the end of the turn. Okay, we'll have to look at Miracle Locus in a bit more detail. But we have removal. Lightning Vortex is huge. Especially when running into Blue Eyes players. Because those go... oh, it's one of my favourite Xyz monsters. But yeah, as we've just ran into Tyrant Dragon a couple of times, it's very, very important that we're able to use a spell effect to destroy. That's another Karakuri card. We don't have 2 rockets. But we do have the Ritual. And that adds the Ritual spell. Oh, and that's summonable. I don't know if we play it, but it is summonable. We'll have to look at Hyper Psychic Riser. But as it is, Lightning Vortex just goes in the deck. So, time to make a change. Right, where is it? That goes in. Anything that we don't need. I'd probably favour removal over Miracle's Wake. Maybe it's time to stop playing the ninjutsu art. I think maybe we stop playing the ninjutsu art. Let's see. Tuner and non-tune, same type and attribute, which requires... I think we only have the one tuner. No, we have a Light Fairy as well, but that requires a Light Fairy 2. So we're not getting the floating effect. It stops your opponent's monsters with more attack from activating their effects. Oh, that's interesting, actually. Okay, we definitely play it. I don't know what we cut. What are you? We cut you. Yeah, that's the second Karakuri. We can't make this. This is a hell of a guy. Because we'd need, what, these 2 to be on the field at the same time. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't even do anything that time. Oh wait, the tape cables. I did all of that, guys. Reminder: fully unwind your cables when you're using electrics. Even if it ties itself back into a knot. That's like the second or third this stream. I am sorry. If you're watching the VOD, this must be exceptionally painful. Right, we said we'd look at Miracle Locus. This feels like it just hasn't been coming up. So I think we cut this, add Miracle Locus in. It's 1,000 attack, it's a trap, which, the trap is a bad part to it, but on the other hand, we want to clear monsters, rather. It's why we're focusing on when we get removal so much. If we can just clear a monster, that's beneficial. Right, that's a few changes. We can update the deck. Do we still have holdovers? We still do have holdovers. We've got this guy, one of these, I think Flame Armor Ninja, probably the Gen X. Let's see, what else? There are a few cards here and there. That was a later one. That was kind of early. This was early, this was early. I think that's old at this point. We haven't seen that, really. It's face down removal. We don't really have face down removal. We have face up. Face up. Attack position, attacking. That one's technically set as well. And that's kind of removal. But most of our removal is face up, so I think we do keep this in. Right, that's enough changes to the deck. Will it make a difference in the next duel? Probably not, but let's find out. We are getting there. And we're not actually doing that bad. We win a coin toss. Let's go. It's going rather well. I'm having a decent time tonight. Hope you guys are as well, aside from the microphone smashes. Okay, they've got something to interact. They've got a 10 card extra. Again, it feels like one of those oddly specific numbers. We would set, and set. Why did you have an You toggling on and off. That feels correct. Now we've got our own pseudo maxi. But what are they doing? Okay, well, we've got to trigger it now. So we'll do that. We will... Oh. Have you got something in response to that? And... yeah, given that it is what it is, we'll activate this. They might activate Max C here. If they have it, they have it, which means we get a draw. And then we get to inflict 1200 points of damage. No, 900 points of damage. Oh, they don't get a draw, of course, because we just destroyed it. Is that it? Maxi Duster, hope it works. Nope, they're managing to set a card. What do we have, I wonder? Flip. Anything. I think they just have slightly dodgy connection. Imperm. They must have opened nothing. I'm going to normal summon this just in case they have a Maxi, actually. Because it's the same damage either way. It just doesn't play into Maxi. We'll hold this because trying to preemptively set this is okay, but most of the time your opponent's going to play around columns, so what you want to do is wait for your opponent to put a card that you need to remove with this, then activate it in that column. Set it in that column, activate it next turn. What are they playing? We've seen no archetypal cards. It's Numon. We die here. Man, why can't you just run into it like a normal deck, you know? Their connection's so bad as well. Couldn't they just do me the courtesy of, like, breaking the connection, you know? It's, like, right there, flashing. And because the connection is so bad, they're playing very, very slow. Have we seen the new Ron OTK? I can't remember if we have. Oh wait. No, we're not dead. We're close. But we're not actually dead. Because they doubled the attack. Oh wait, no, they doubled the attack. Yeah, they can attack directly with the other two. They don't have to attack monsters. That's why we're dead. I was right the first time. Well, that sucks. Chain Blazer, make a chain of 5 or more. Well, we got a Steam achievement. Can't believe I play better and get punished for it. Because preemptively setting that, like, that trap card is the wrong play. But apparently not in that exact duel. Ooh. I do not like the looks of this. What can we do here? We can set Miracle's Wake. We can Null Summon Candina. We can pass turn. And hope they're on a pile of cards. I mean, they are on a pile of cards. It's a 60-card deck, but, you know. Not a constructed pile, hopefully. It is. Of course it is. Well, that's 200 damage, and that is the end of the game. Yeah, no. We can't beat Grass Resolving. Grass Resolving is normally the most instant win button you can currently have in Master Duel. Because unless your opponent's on a similar deck of, you know, 60 cards or so, then you're going to mill, like, good 15 or so, I think. 20 cards even. And of course you built your whole deck around it, so it might help out. We gave them a couple less mills because we're playing slightly over 40, but it's not enough to make a difference. That was not a good enough hand to just win that. So what on earth were they playing? Is there anything wrong with this? Aside from it being like a rank 4 pile of cards? It feels all over the place. There are several combinations of hand that are probably just a brick and do nothing. That feels weird to look at. I'm hurting myself looking at it. We'll just take the win. Right, bonus pack. 1 legacy pack. What do we get? Epic 2 cards. No. 2 cards, yes. Epic, no. Anything exciting from the Master Pack? Maybe. TG card. Ice barrier thing. Oh, we have an actual reptilian. I don't think that works with the field spell. I think the field spell works with different things. We have another ninja. That summons from deck. Which means we could possibly get a rank 4 going if we had anything to summon. That's Chaos Monster. It's not a good Chaos Monster, but it's a Chaos Monster. We can definitely summon it. Let's have a look. I don't think we play any of the cards we just got. But Chaos Emperor is a interesting pull. Let's just... This will be very quick to check. Let's scroll down a little bit, check out this one. Dark Reptile in your grave. So, yeah, we can possibly, like, loop this. Hello. Come on, Poos. Who will get the cat? Come on. I must take an important break in speech to try and befriend the cat. Where do you want to be, cat? Very important part of the stream, this. Success. We have a cat. Come on. Come on and sit down. Okay, I lost the cat. Right, but yeah, we are not playing that card. Nor are we playing Chaos Emperor. It's a hype card to play, but we're not doing it. The most intense of duels. Whoever wins gets into gold. Whoever loses gets into gold in a few games' time. They are playing Chaos Max, or Numeron, or Ancient Gear. Or maybe Super Heavy Samurai, but I find that one the least likely. But they have the Chaos Max mate. Sometimes the winning move is not to play. Chaos Max can't be destroyed anyway, it also can't be targeted. Which means our outs to it are few. I guess from the Numeron duel, you play as if it isn't Chaos Max. If it is Chaos Max, you die anyway. This does at least stop Numeron OTK. Because you can bounce 2 of the monsters, destroy another one. But of course, Numeron is packed full of spell trap removal. What do we got? Voiceless Voice. Wait, no, you're just... It's a light dragon ritual. Wait, Chaos Max is a... Have you just bricked? Yeah, sure. What do we have here? Full combo? They were just being hesitant. Okay, Trias. Then Tribute the Diviner. Then spec out the Trias, and then the Diviner effect to special summon a level 2 or lower from deck. Which in this case is going to be Bhutan. To synchro for Baron. I can force out Baron's Omni. No, okay. They are playing actual Voiceless Voice. And that is, like, the whole combo. Because every card gets every other card. I believe this can't be destroyed. No, that's not the case. Where is... Okay, we need to read this thing. Let's see. Where is the protection? This thing? It is this thing. While you control low, and a light ritual monster cannot target light monsters. Everything's a light monster. So that means Penguin Soldier does not eat an Omni Negate. But why did you want to go second? You've got easy access to an Omni Negate. You just go first. I'm confuzzled. Are they just planning to OTK? They could. It's just a weird direction to take Voiceless. It works really well as a deck to stop your opponent. You go first, you set up your Omni Negate on legs, a pop, and there's a couple other things. You can get Ceravus in hand for targeting negation. Not this Ceravus, another one. This is a quick effect ritual, isn't it? Diner. This is an Earth. But that does not matter. They're just getting rid of the Penguin Soldier. And they... How do they get back to the Omni Negate? Because if they don't get back to the Omni Negate before the start of the main phase, I managed to destroy everything. But I'm sure they do, right? Alternatively, game. The winning move there was to play, but with a better hand than I had. I'm so confused that they chose to go second. It worked, but, like, you wouldn't choose that. If your opponent has an actual deck, you then lose. Maybe that's why they're there. Right. What do we have? Oh, that works. Set this. This is possibly an actual deck, so let's find out. You have a response, Max C. Because there's nothing in the grave, so it's not DD Crow, it's not Ash Blossom. It could be... Okay. It's a mandatory... So it could possibly have been Ash Blossom. Tistina. Yeah, I think that order is fine. I'm not super familiar. I'm familiar with the fact that Testine are a pseudo, well, kind of a floodgate deck. But they have a fair few hands which out a 2000 defense wall. And it's not difficult to brick them, but it's not easy. And that's probably the best card they could draw. Of course, they had it in their opening 5, not as the top deck. We just saw the top deck. But now those other 2 cards are shifted from the top deck, not that Lightning Storm is relevant anymore. And that is a very pretty spell. Notably not once per turn, which is really interesting. I do keep forgetting that Ice Shade are a part of, like, the branded Albaz Despia lore. They feel so detached from it. But this is a level 10 Synchro, which we cannot out, regardless of whether it's Cheng Ying or Gimir. If it's Cheng Ying, we really just can't. We can, like, exactly Penguin Soldier. Or we can Penguin Soldier, we can Time Lord. I don't think it protects itself from battle, but you're gonna have to... You're gonna struggle to hit over it. It's not Cheng Ying. This is easier to out. But they might also just spit out Cheng Ying. I would not be surprised. What are you? You are not a tuner. But special summon, that's just for effect. And that's the only effect, because the Dragon Rulers are old and they were powerful at the time, but they are probably reasonably balanced today. So yeah, we get a ninja from hand. We activate that effect. If they have Max C, they have Max C. They have to hit over it with the 3k, which is nice. But that's about the only good thing there. We can stack their draw, but it's not going to do us much. And this is just going to stay on the field. We need to put 2 monsters that can clear this. And they have Ice Jades in the Grave, which float. And they're just going to banish this. No, they're not, because I need to activate an effect. Okay, so we can clear SP, but that's probably not going to be good enough. Right, so what can we do? If a water monster, SP is not a water monster. Now what? It is 200 points bigger. Unless you're playing Dishonest. Otherwise known as Dark Honest, because stupid naming decisions. We put the body onto the field because it gives us a body. And because they didn't chain Max C earlier, if they did have it, the moment has really passed for them to get any use out of it, because this is a normal summon. And we still get the search in the end phase for deck thinning purposes. We're probably just losing to Gimir, but we can kind of forestall it. Oh, okay, they can banish this. Is that right? Yeah. So we can get this back to hand. We do not get our search in the end phase. But we do get set a card, fake its imperm. Activate this to give them... Oh, triple tactics talent is actually useless. We're not activating monster effects during their turn. They are just winning, regardless, but, you know. $3K beat stick is going to be enough to do that. Oh, and they got another one. There's no point dragging this out. That is the end of the game. We'll get there in a minute. But speaking of get there in a minute, I need to do something. Be right back. And we're back. And ready to go into the next duel. We will get there sometime this evening. We've already got 3 wins. We're doing better than average. Not saying it's going to keep up, but we can try. And that microphone is now exceedingly far away. Let's adjust that. That's a little bit better. You might hear the fans a bit more, but there we go. What are we waiting for? La Max C again. The minigame begins. We set 1. We set 2. And yeah, let's intimidate them. Normal summon. Become 5. Okay, I don't know what it was. Maybe they just had toggle on. But it's a level 5 now. It does stay level 5. Maybe we should actually be activating that more often, just in case we get the Iron Chain Tuner monster. We've got removal in 2 kinds. They might have removal in many more. Okay. That's a problem. Thing is, we can't really let them fusion summon. But they can fusion summon in different ways. Cyber Emergency. Okay. It's fine. I don't like it, but it's fine. They had no problems with me going first. Oh, and the 2 monsters in my hand are machines. Extra beneficial. Yeah, this is a proper Cyber Dragon deck, so might have to pay attention. Just maybe. Clock went night. Well, now we both control machines. I'm okay with this still. It's not great, but I'm okay with it. On the field or in the grave. They could contact fuse with this. It's just like the weakest contact fusion you've ever seen. I'm not wrong. It is the weakest contact fusion I've ever seen. Set a card. Battle phase. Right. So here's the question, do I take the damage? I think we don't. There's nothing that protects. So we just destroy that. I know that one of the fusion cards is a quick play. Discard another monster special summon this. Okay, that's fine. It's not good to end on a machine monster against Cyber Dragon because they do just contact fuse your field. But, you gotta do what you gotta do. Ending on machine monsters might actually be it. We could special summon this, tribute Striborg, and then bounce the column, but it does require discarding this, which I'm not a fan of. That'll do. It's not the worst. It's not great, but it will do. You know what, yeah, okay, we will do it. Summon. It is weaker, but, you know. They could have the Cybernetic Overload, that's an option. Yeah, max C after I've summoned. I guess because of the quality of the cards I've shown them, they're not afraid of triple tactics talent. But there are two ways you go about it. You max C in standby to avoid triple tactics talent and I think thrust. Or you max C in main, so you change something that will definitely give you a draw. Tribute Cyber Dragon, special summon a fusion to list, but it cannot. Okay, that's completely fine. Because what do they do with it? What are you summoning? Cyber End? Take 200. Yeah. Goodbye. Have a zero attack token, but, like, I do not care. That'll do it. They get one draw. We end on many machine monsters, so if they contact Fuse again, this is going to be a lot more difficult to break through. What are you waiting on? Are you currently bricked? No, you do have Cybernetic Overflow. What are you destroying? How many are you destroying? Because you could pop the whole field. 1, 2, 3. Okay. See, everyone always pops the token. And it's not like it has any actual significance. Now we're in a... well, we're not really in the top deck war. I'm in a top deck war. They have much more advantage. This doesn't have a graveyard effect. This doesn't have a graveyard effect. They could just normal summon. And I think from here they're winning. Because I need a 2600 to beat that. If I want to crash over anything over 2600. You know, that's... it is a monster. It's not what I want. But is there anything I can get at this point? I can get... okay, Regulus outs it. Regulus is a summon that does it. The Time Lord kind of does it. But those are probably about it. My opponent's dodgy internet connection, that would also about do it. That's fine. Oh, they're going to just tribute summon. Right. And that allows them to make Nova, which allows them to make Infinity. I need to read any Cyber Dragon card. Sure. This will do. Related cards. There we go. Once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, quick effect, negate the activation and destroy. Now, I don't know if that works in the whole, like, battle step. But we might find out. That feels objectively wrong. (21) attack or defense. You don't have one. So now what? Cedar? It's Cedar. Well, on the In good news, we get to bounce both of these back to the hand, which means this they have to special summon by discarding, and this they have to re-link summon. In bad news, we are still on the back foot. Bye-bye. So yeah, what do we need? Probably Regulus. This guy is big under the Clockwork Knight. We're just waiting on him to realise that it's his turn. Yeah, we didn't deserve that. We just broke their spirit. Which is, unfortunate. Their deck definitely had ours in the long game. And we got a lot for that as well. That was probably a constructed deck. Yeah, that is just a constructed deck. That's like... It's not... It's just good. I don't know what else to say. It's just good. Like, this is a weird choice. That's probably not something you'd play. But, like, it's... You know what? The longer I look at it, the more I realise that there are odd things that you probably wouldn't do in an actual Cyber Dragon deck. But as far as decks go, that's one of the more real ones we've actually faced. What have we got? That is a level 4 tuner monster. It's a fire warrior, which means we can search it out with the equip spell. We don't have either of those cards. We don't have that card. There's no point tribute summoning this. Don't have enough water stuff to make it worth it. I miss like the Battle City GBA game where this had an effect. This was a nice card in that one. I love the way it looks. It's just so goofy. Cool little vanilla. And yeah, we're not playing any of those cards, but at this point, that's not really a surprise. There are good cards in this pack. Like, at the high end, there's like, this card's crazy and constructed. This would be decent if we had enough spellcasters, but like, I can't remember if we must have pulled this from the Legacy pack, but yeah, that's good. Kraken's insane. In terms of rank 5s, this is pretty good. Like, this is a negate. This is a pretty good 6, because it's just Snatch Steal, and you can just tribute the monster. Where else we got? Colossal Fighter is a great synchro. Like, the extra deck cards in here, there's some good stuff at Ultra. Like, this is funny. This is probably something we'd play if we managed to pull it. And then you got something like this. Like, Desperado is kind of crazy in a sealed environment. I know Master Duel isn't, but, you know. There's loads of cool things you could pull up here. But then you gotta go down here. This is where you're actually pulling from most of the time. Like, all of these end cards where you need, like, something moderately related to the archetype to do anything. There are still some good cards down here, but it's kind of few and far between. Like, if you can resolve Lucky Punch, you possibly just win. But if you lose Lucky Punch, you do just lose the game. Although it's us resolving a draw 3, so you probably still lose the game even if you resolve it. What else is there?
because there are good cards here and there. Like, we've seen some of them. There's a lot more low end than I realised. There is a lot more. Are there any good normal traps? There might be. This in Paleozoic, but, you know. We have to get first Paleozoic as a deck. Like, Sakuretsu was good. I can't remember if we pulled it from here or from the Master Pack, probably here, but, like, Sakuretsu is just okay. Thunder of Ruler isn't terrible. What else we got? I mean, this kind of gives you an idea, though. Like, Negate Attack is also okay. We're scrolling through these and just kind of, like, skimming most of them and being just like, no, this ain't it, this ain't it. And you kind of keep going, and you realise that there isn't a whole lot that you want to pull in here. Like, there are some archetype cards locked in here behind various things. Like, I think there's a Shadol monster somewhere around here. You could pull Ignites. 3 of them. 4 of them, even. You got some 2000 attackers, defenders. This is an alright tuner monster to have. What else we got? You got, 3000 defense wall. But again, this is like all normal monsters. There's a fairly solid chance you wouldn't play most of this. I do like Master having a lot of these cards that you don't get in the TCG, though. At least not until they get a reversion like this thing. I'm not exactly happy that that specific card got a reversion, but, you know. Right, what else we got? So we got a whole lot of pendulums. Like, the spirit pendulums are okay. Are there any other, like, really interesting cards at end? This is fine. Like, this is another column clearing card. The column clears are not great, but they are, they are removal in a pinch. Then you got Misjudge, which is technically a negate. You've got an artifact for all the feather dusters and lightning storms we've been hit by. There's some neat little bits, but you're most likely not getting any of it. Anyway, enough of that. What about an actual pack? What about a Master Pack? Ooh. It's looking spicy. What do we got? A Mermail card. 2000 defense wall to me. We have a Bestinatrix. We don't have a Dark Fusion. I don't think we have Clayman. That's our second. Speaking of artifacts, that's a 5. Dragon's Mind. Attack and defense. If we ever get onto dragons seriously, that could be good. Tempest? That's not bad. If we get onto a wind deck, that could be okay. I know I just said about the dragon rulers having been, like, slightly power crept, but they are still free summons that do various things. Because, let's see. Discard this and a win to add a dragon from deck, so that's a good search. If it's then banished for another one, you can add a wind dragon from... Okay, so it's kind of just searching. But if we go into a dragon deck, that's something we would play. Quite a high chance of it, anyway. Let's collect these for the moment. And let's collect these ones. And would you look at that, we're back where we started with the gem count, but we're in gold. And it hasn't taken us 2 hours. Might take us a few more to actually get into, like, the next ranks, though. I do plan to try and push into Platinum this month. See how far we can actually get. We'll see how well that goes, but we're gonna try it. We can synchro for 6. Raid Raptors. Well, no time like the present. Let's just read related cards. Oh wait, they're passing. Huh. Oh, that's just mean. Right, Ash Blossom check. Let's find out what this does. They don't have an Ash Blossom. Raid Raptors are a deck that can make Xyz monsters. Let's find out if Inspector Border is enough. Okay, they're reading and they're not quitting. Maybe they realise, maybe they don't. Maybe they have removal. Really scaring me. Making me a little bit uneasy. Set 1 here. If they do go into the actual deck, they might want the Link monster first. And we should probably play around if this is imperm, because a Raid Raptor deck would likely do that. And as is kind of expected, Inspector Border goes hard. So we normal summon this. And we hit over the defense wall. Whatever it is. Summon to keep pressure up. They have 3k life points, and they need to somehow out the Inspector Border or just lose. So I think we win. Power of Floodgates. I hate it. Okay, they don't want to... Oh, okay. Great, now what? I don't know what... I don't know, is this full Raid Raptor combo? Should we have saved the prey? We probably should have. Okay, they are Link summoning. And what does that do? I think this is full combo. I think we have lost. Add a spell trap. Add this to your hand. You can only special summon that guy once, right? Each effect once per turn. Okay, so they've done that, but they get a free monster from... Yep. And then you get a spell trap. So you get Nest. Cool. Maybe I'm just not familiar. Yeah. So you just put it back in the deck, spec it from deck, and that's an Xyz, and you just go from there. We are severely cooked. The only thing they might do is time out. But I don't think so. Oh man, we managed to deal like 5k damage as well. Oh, that's the end of the game, isn't it? Like, what? No, that should have been... Why... Did they not play it? Hold on. Let's just, read this guy for a second, because they should, like... This is an OTK, right? Yeah. Okay, so they're just gonna full combo Raid Raptor. Well, we might as well see where they go with it. They are playing fast, so I don't think they'll actually time out, unfortunately. And they probably set up for the... Where is it? I didn't actually take a look. No, that's a normal. That's a quick play. And it special summons a Raid Raptor. And that summons 2 ranks higher. So no, that's not what we're looking for. Because Raid Raptors have a win con, which is just to turn skip your opponent. So what do they do going second? Probably enough. Well, they definitely do enough. I just don't know what enough is. They cleared the inspector border. Okay, that's fine. Now what? I can't deal 3k through this. But maybe I don't need to. Slim hopes, I know. We can synchro for 8. Do that. Yeah, we're not negating that. That's fine. What monster do they target? They targeted Mimicry. That's fine. Normal summon. Ouch, damage. That's 14. So that's... It's not... It's 100 off. That is very unfortunate. And that's assuming that everything goes through. They don't stop us. They're going to stop us. And what are we banishing? This one. Summon a Raid Raptor XEs, and if you do attach the targeted monsters. So let's just look at that. I'm fine with that, because this banished them. Let's find out. Oh, okay, so we are banishing those, but is this a Raigeki on summon? Destroy all spell traps. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's the problem. That's not even once per turn. And we're just negating the effect. Yeah, okay, that's an issue. Is there any way that this would have worked? I don't think so, which is the really unfortunate bit. I think we have just lost. Is that permanent? It is permanent. That's crazy. What can we summon? Nothing relevant. And this is where we summon Yugioh. Destroy the attacking monster. I don't know if I even saw them add that to their hand. Yeah, it's just not once per turn. We've kind of lost this in a very hard way. And we just continue with the attack because their attack targets have not changed. Yeah, that's it. That's the game. I mean, good for them overcoming, like, Inspector Border, but, you know, I'd like to win sometimes. I can't be too mad. My opponent overcame the power of floodgates. And I have to overcome a go second deck. Right. 9 cards. I'd say that's going to be Numon. Which means this isn't going to be useful, nor is this, but we can put them there anyway. And we can pass. If it's not Numeron, if it's Chaos Max, and they summon one monster, we can possibly steal the Chaos Max. Possibly. Assuming we don't die in one turn to something else. But I hazard a guess it's Numeron at 9 cards. Or they're just playing Masochist deck, one or the other. Okay. We'll destroy this one. Cyber Dragon's structure deck, maybe? We'll activate this. What do you wish? Okay, so they've read the card before. And they're actually going to set. Alright. Sure, yeah, we'll put this face down. If they do manage to get 2 monsters, then this would be a very good switcheroo. Sidra. I mean, this could be good enough as is. Oh, wait, no, this is perfect. Yeah. Mine. You can be there. You can be there. You can be there. You can be there. Enjoy. Hope you like ninjas. I'm not tribute summoning Stryborg. I'm not giving these cards back. If I have the exact materials, you can contact Fuse from my field. That's insane. Yes, Hydra players be completely scared to put a monster on the field at all. Well, now what? I think I've just screwed myself. I could have done this in battle phase, but I didn't know if they were going to go further. Man, I'm just like, yep, that's probably the end of the game. Unless... just miss a draw step. Just don't get a monster. That is a monster. Yeah, that'll do it. Can't believe we switched Roru to death. I should have checked to see if that was the actual just structure deck. Because there's no way you play Attack Reflector unit if you're actually playing Cyber Dragons. This is a hand. Right, set. Set. Field spell. I'd say break my board, but I really don't want them to. And of course, all of the decor is mix and match, so we have no idea what they're playing. But it is actually Witchcrafter. The sleeves are accurate, okay. That's fine. This doesn't target. Does it target? It doesn't target. That's good. We do not want there. Although, they're all kinda bad. We'll say 4. It's... okay. This is still technically fine. We do have 1 removal. Okay, this is okay. From your hand or field. No, we leave it. Does it include this card? Doesn't have to use this card, so yeah, we leave it. You just wait for whatever they summon. Yeah, it's the Witchcrafter fusion. So yeah, before that happens, when a spell card or effect or non-fusion spellcast monster effect. Quick effect. Do you have spells in hand? We'll find out, I guess. They can respond to it, but it does force them to do something. That's completely fine. When?
Yeah, maybe it's not completely fine. What are you destroying? Okay, that's funny. Tribute, goodbye. You can foolish a spell, you can... Yeah, but you have... You don't have game. Not even remotely close to it during your opponent's standby phase. Return. Damn. You still don't have game. Of course you do, I forget. That does it. Was that winnable? Maybe. I don't know how, though. Probably about how we used our little Vendread trap. Or calling the right number off reasoning. That would have been, you know, that would have done it. But who expects Idel? Idel is not the best of them. And this is one of our rare going second hands. Activate spell cards. Pretty please. $46 cards. No, 47, and it's Mathmech. I should not stay in on this. No. No, I really shouldn't. It's just a time waste. Mathmech is stupid. As far as combos go, Circular is an insane card. Going first doesn't mean a huge amount if your opponent's just going to combo you into the sun. But we are going first, so it's something. Okay. It's a hand. And our opponent wishes to respond. Haven't even done anything yet. They might not even do anything. Nope, too much to hope for. Set. And set. Activate field spell. Set monster. What do with your 43 card main and your 13 extra? Well, due to our very swift loss streak, we are now about even. We're about at the right ratio that, you know, well, same ratio as last stream, rather. It's been 2 hours, and we're in gold 4, and I don't think we have a win in gold. Sorry. Gold 5, even. And we don't have a win in gold 5. Oh. Fantastic.
if this set card... I do kind of want to keep Dark Sanctuary, though. I need to stop bashing the microphone. It's not going to matter when I turn this into a video, but if people actually watch the VOD, they will be possibly a bit annoyed. Maybe just a bit. Oh. There's... Yeah, this is just cards. There's no way you play these in the same deck. Yeah, okay, it's a pile of cards. Bottles! Maybe player, but I think it's a bot. They're doing all this before just, like, battle phase, so... They must be very confident of their 1200 attack monster. And they're actually going to go in and attack. Yeah, they are. No, we'll leave it. That's funny. It's less damage than if they'd hit in, but it's funny to have it resolve. Because if the bot had a second monster, they'd actually go in with that as well. If it just played a bit faster, it wouldn't be quite so painful. But as it is, this is slow. This is very painful. Flip this up. Normal summon. And start going. We have 900 additional damage on field thanks to the Fairy Wind. But that doesn't exactly matter just yet because that is 36... Oh, with the Romajar that's exactly lethal, but that does provide them not putting up another monster. Or any form of interaction. Hope you've been having a fun time watching stream anyway. I know I'm gonna have to play some time off stream. I'll definitely still record them and keep the vids so I can edit into a massive montage, but I think I will have to play some off stream if I want to get into plat. It's never going to be easy. But that's the whole point. Are they really just going to try and hit in? Man, I'm confusing it. The bot has 2 targets to attack. And a field spell that says if you attack, take damage, sometimes. But in the bot's case, they'll take more damage. So yeah, that's just game. I like these intense back and forths, you know? Up the win rate of this guy. have like Karibos in the deck or something. Parry Knight. Oh, it's the yeah, of course it's the Vision Hero. I forgot they did that. However long it takes them to do it, though. And final blow. What an earned duel, you know? Millis Radiant. Thunder Crash. Right. One Master Pack. Still waiting on a Royal Rare from one of these. One of these days. Magistus Invocation, we don't have it. Ooh. Burning Dragon's good. We don't have a huge amount of spells, but this is a level 8 body. Oh, that's actually just playable. Such as Regulus, it gives 1,000 stat difference between everyone. That's really good. Bezel Ship's a machine. Yeah, it's good for... Like, is it good for Time Thieves or just Exceed strategies? More Time Thieves, but, you know. Let's see. 19 Defense Wall. Level 3 Dragon Witch can... do piercing, change power. Okay, that's not terrible. And we can't summon that. But the Burning Dragon and the Clockwork Knight are very interesting additions. So let's go into it. We are just adding the Clockwork Knight. Burning Dragon. Let's put it in for a minute. Let's take out the Miracle Opus. And let us look at our Xyz pool, if there is one. Okay, we have monsters we can summon. It takes... We have 3 monsters. What do you summon? Two number monsters with different names. We have exactly 2 number monsters. Or 3 number monsters. We have this, and we have this. Sanafond is a Floodgate and can win by that. Detach 2 to draw 1. Second attack during each battle phase. Okay, I think that's less valuable. We put in Sanafond. Do we put in Draglubion? Extra deck and or graveyard. So we could go into this after that, and we can basically get Sanafond back or get Ninja Mosquito. Proglio has done nothing. We're getting there. The changes are happening. Are they good? I think they are. Hope they are. Right, are there things that are stopping coming up? This is Ashbait and Deck Thinning, but that is about it. It's a spell for Burning Dragon to discard. It gets us into 2 guys currently. I think we probably should just cut it. Right, let's get back into it. I completely forgot to check out what my opponent's deck was from like several duels ago, I bet, but I can't remember how many duels ago it was. Well, this is hand 46 card deck. What are we doing? Are we trying to max C? I'm going to try and max C the set monster. This sort of thing, you know, when they're waiting this long, it'd be cool if they just, you know, timed out. If he just, you know, kept the response on, didn't do anything. But he's gonna do something. It's just taking time. Set this. We have Metion in hand. I think it's Metion. Yeah, we have Metion in hand, and that relies on us having no cards to summon. If our opponent is on a more powerful deck than we are, likely this Penguin Soldier will not last that long. Yeah, this is just branded. This does, in fact, beat a Penguin Soldier. I don't know how, but I'm told it does. I see cards move about the field. Monsters be summoned, spells be activated, traps be sent to the graveyard. I have no idea what any of it does. Maybe an unpopular opinion. Maybe it is popular, I don't know. But Branded is an incredibly boring deck for me. I saw that little connection issue. Come on. A couple more of those. You can't fusion summon with the face down. You don't know what it is. But you can synchro summon with that, I guess. Well. So you just want to banish your hand, or... No, they've actually managed to draw a card. They banish Bestial. This does something in end phase. Yeah. See, it's very weird. They've just set their whole back row. Still. I know why they've done it, I just find it weird. They get to add a poly in the end phase? Is that what it said? Yeah. Or Branded Fusion in the end phase. It just banishes a card, doesn't it? Target one card on the field, banish it. Banish itself, funny. Please. Oh well. You can ask. No, my life points. I got no idea what face downs those are. This is affected by monster effects, so I could just spin back to hand if I manage to get this boy on the board. Thing is, this matchup is lost because they just get Branded Fusion. They add I'm sorry, did they already have Branded Fusion? They didn't use... I'm very confuzzled. Let's... Yeah, let's just summon. What do we have? We have 3 cards face down. Do any of them do anything? I know this gives them the ability to summon it again, but so would the other card in hand. I guess the other thing I could have done is move this into a better column. I need to think about my own columns when playing this, not just my opponent's, because that's the second time I've done that. And would you lucky here, it's... Wait. They just fusion summoned. I don't know what's going on. I completely mean it. I do not know what's going on. That's fine. Special summon Fallen of Albaz, fusion summon. That's fine. Can you fusion summon with my guy? Doesn't look like it. Using 2 monsters from your hand, deck, or field. You gotta love it, don't you? Please, like, fusion Mirror Jade to the center column. It'd be hilarious. They're obviously not playing around Mech Knights. I don't know if they know to play around Imperm. Oh, they're fusioning from field. It is Mirror Jade. It is center column. Banish a monster on the field. That's hilarious. This is not a monster. You can banish my Time Lord, but it was leaving anyway. This does give them advantage still, because the cost here is not a cost. Simply put, because all these guys have a graveyard effect. Bye. Although I can possibly just Spirit Reaper and snipe the card out of the hand. I'm very tempted to do that. How many things do they put there in the graveyard this turn? This one, but it doesn't actually have an effect. This one. What are you setting from deck? Branded in white. Normal spell. And you can add this card back to your hand. Yeah, I'm actually very tempted to just poke him with the Spirit Reaper. It leaves me kind of vulnerable, and if it gets targeted, it just dies. Oh wait, is that... Yeah, they might have full combo still. And my guy is a dark monster. I hate this. Normal summon. Battle phase. 300. Cycle a card. Spirit Reaper. I think that's the best one, actually. And they just have another Necrofusion. Is that also a Necrofusion face down? This other one? The first one was, that second one is, if they just got like 3 Necrofusions. They remade the Mirror Jade just now, didn't they? I love Yugioh. I don't know what they were doing. Like, that feels like an incredibly poor way to play it. But of course it's good enough. Nearly everything's good enough. Let's just try and get another win. Stop it with the Chaos Max. Get some help. $6.43. What if I just get hit by Feather Duster? You know? What if we just decided to do that? There is a chance that we could actually get hit by Feather Dust. Oh, they don't need the extra deck, they're just purely for this. Exactly 6 for Extrav. Labyrinth. A Ritual Monster. What did you just... Sorry. The Dark Dragon Ritual? You're playing... Sure. Special summon this. And a monster. I'm on board with you, I'm just confused about your choice. No, that's Lord of the Red. That is not his ritual, but that is Lord of the Red, okay. Is it Red Eyes? Okay. You got, like, piercing. That 1400 monster. Special summon Red Eyes. Okay, so they're actually playing Red Eyes. That was from deck. We're going to activate Yugioh. And we're then going to activate Trap-Hole Spikes. Well, now we have some actual machines. What do we got from you? Connection issue. Or are you staying in it and just slightly dodgy internet is all? Put an extra little bit of damage, because we're not actually that far from just game. Because that is, let's see, that's 55. If we decide to attack and then activate and use Yugioh, which I think we will. Now, we have, let's see, a few face-up spell cards from Victory, but, or traps for that matter. But if we build a big enough chain link, we're close. I don't think they have anything. Oh, until the end of the next turn, yeah. I don't normally get this far with Yugioh. Bring main phase, banish, Eldorado, spell trap, that's fine. Okay, so they're actually ritual summoning Lord of the Red. Now, that is completely fine. Where are we looking? Where is he? When a card or effect is activated, target a monster. Ah. That could be kind of it. Oh wow, they really are playing Red Eyes. The good, the bad, and the worse. Oh, we don't need to do a thing. If he activates a card or effect, yeah, that's... What are you doing? What have you got? Oh, he just... Brief moment of terror. Oh, that was a fairly conclusive win. Let's get our bonus packs. 2 legacy tickets. What do we get? That's not going to be useful to us. It's gimmicky useful in the same way that the Oracle spell is, but the Oracle spell is better. That's not good. And... Tribute to machine monster target monster in graveyard special it. If your opponent controls a link, you can target 2. That could be good for the machine deck, but it's not good for our current, main deck. It's not good enough. We don't normally flood the field with machines that well. Right. We have it. Ooh, that's a vampire. We got a vampire continuous spell earlier. That's the fusion spell for the rockets. But it just fusions by destroying. That might be playable. It's also searchable, technically. This is a Sidra. No, it's sometimes Sidra, okay. Sulfur Cord. The second Switcheroo. We can summon that. I think we have a level 4 water. We'll have a look.
Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. That is a really good card. It's not a royal. One of these days. And Metaverse is a good card. We might just play that. Right, let's go and take a quick look at the deck. And I think I might call it there for the current stream. We've managed to get 6 wins in less time. Okay. So, our field spell is Dark Sanctuary. Using Metaverse does not dodge things like Lightning Storm or Duster. It does dodge something like MST, Twin Twisters Cosmic. And getting it from deck is kind of interesting. This hasn't been relevant. This, I'd like to say, has been relevant, but we haven't seen it, and I don't think it's particularly relevant when it does get seen. For the moment, let's save that. Let's check on vampires, because we might only have 2 cards. No, we have more than that. Target a face monster you control, send a vampire from deck to grave level becomes that name. Target a vampire in your grave, send you've controlled spec it. You can activate 1. I mean, we do have a couple vampires. It's not enough to really justify playing it. And I was wrong. We do not have a level 4 water monster. At least not in our current deck, and I don't think it's worth putting one in just to synchro summon into this. Especially when this is better because it's removal, this is possibly something to stop Baron and the like. And this is just a slightly bigger beat stick. That is just all that is. But these are good additions. Seeing this more often could be quite good, but it does sometimes win you games. It also can sometimes lose you games. We've seen that today. We do still need a high monster count, so I think our monster amount is correct. If we were to cut down on things, it would be the spell traps. Which does mean we need a higher quality of spell traps. And I think... I really do quite like this. Let's save that for the moment. And then, let's see. Let's take a look at this thing, and take a look at our related cards. We've got this, and take a look at the related cards for that. We've got this, this, this. We do have the ritual. Oh, we have a rocket. We have 2 rockets. Huh. What about our fusion pool? Because this just says that we can fusion summon. Just need to destroy instead. Psychic Synchronous Psychic. This is a Psychic. But we do not have another. No, none of the rest of our deck is Psychic. That's not something you'd want to make. We cannot make the Blue Eyes Fusion. That one we cannot play in the first place. That's a specific. That one we don't want to. We don't have an Earthbound. We don't have the other material. We can't summon this as much as it'd be funny. Yeah, looks like our fusion pool is unfortunately lacking. At least I'm pretty sure. Let me just type in Elemental, just to double check.
Yeah, we've got 2 Bastinatrix, which helps out with these 2. But we don't actually have Clayman, and we don't have Avian. And despite having a way to fusion summon, there's not really anything we can do about it. Alright, this looks like it's going to be the deck we're rocking up with next time. This is probably the next weakest monster, but again, I just said we want our monster count to be high. Although, what does that do? It gives us wind token and allows us to go into this because we need 2 wind monsters. And our generic Link 2s are kind of lacking. We've got this. And we've got this. We could summon this. This is still a wind, but we don't really have a second one. 1700 beats. We could just stack the same monster again and again. It beats the Blue Eyes Egg. That's the best thing it has going. We could Dragon's Bind with the Burning Dragon. But that's it. It is our only in-deck dragon. Main deck dragon. We don't want to play this. We do control a healthy amount of dark monsters in here, I think. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Five dark monsters versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we do have about an even split of lights and darks, so we could play it. I just don't see the benefit. This is a level 4 2k defensible machine. It doesn't go to the graveyard, so that's not beneficial for Regulus, though. We have pen scales for exactly, what, level 4 and level 5. It's not great. Probably won't be playing it, but it does exist. Is there anything else we could think about doing? We have need of a level 4 or level 3 water monster. That's a level 2. What else? That's if we want to run it, I guess, in the first place, which we might not want to do. Prime Material Dragon. That's another one for the dragon stuff with Dragon's Bind.